I don't want, I'm ready to go back. I'm sorry.
We go back.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
I fell in love with Hawaii when we went there for our honeymoon, and it was also our first real vacation together. We went to Maui 3 years later, Kauai 2 years after that, and back again to Oahu in 2016 and 2020. I never planned on going to the Big Island. We'd been to Hawaii so many times.
I assumed it was mostly volcanic rock and the beaches weren't very good.
But our friends were going, and so we decided it would be a good idea for us to go too. Because of a canceled flight and schedule change, it took us way longer to get to Hawaii from San Diego than it ever should. So we spent 2 hours flying from San Diego to Seattle, where we had a 4-hour layover. That was basically a waste of 6 hours because we still had a 5-hour flight to Kona, which should have taken about 6 hours, took us 11 hours. It was a long travel day, but so worth it when I stepped off the plane and felt the warm, balmy air of the Big Island. The entire airport is outdoors, ticketing, security, arrival, departure gates, baggage, all of it. We were exhausted, but getting food was a priority. Okay, so we got food to go. I am starving. It is 11:30 our time, and I think it's 8 o'clock here. Okay, look how dark it is. Besides the Foodland and 2 shopping centers, their surrounding area is mostly other resorts and hotels. This is an example of how dark it was when we got there because there are no streetlights. The night sky over the Big Island is protected by a strong lighting ordinance. Day 1 was basically all travel. We walked over to the pool area to say hello to my sister, and then we went to bed. Now, for a quick tour. We stayed in a Junior King suite at the Hilton Grand Vacations Kingsland Resort in Waikoloa. The Toto toilet bidet with remote control was a nice touch. This bed was super comfortable. It was great to have a full-size kitchen because on-site food options are very limited. Having an ice maker in the fridge came in very handy, and so did the washer and dryer. It was so nice, clean, and a good size for the 2 of us. The first thing we did the next morning after breakfast is head straight to the pool. My younger sister lives on a different island but was able to hop over and spend the weekend with us while we were there. The pool area in Kingsland Resort is about as good as it gets. One end is a lagoon area with sand and splash pads. The very large main pool has 3 slides that the kids absolutely loved, and so did we. There are multiple good-sized jacuzzis and an awesome adult-only pool area.
You hear my scream?
This pool area is big, and there is really something for everyone. We were always able to find shade, and it was so relaxing with all the natural rock and vegetation. My sister and the family wanted to get the most of their time at Kingsland, so another pool day it was for day 3. It was so good to see her, my brother-in-law, and the kids. We had a lot of fun together, and I am so glad they were able to come for the weekend.
I hate mornings. I'm not a morning person, but that was the only way that we could do everything that we wanted to do on the Hilo side of the island. It is 6:11. We made coffee.
Hilo is on the east side of the island and gets the most rain out of any other city on the Big Island. Because of all the lava, a lot of the Big Island landscape has a kind of post-apocalyptic look to it. But on this side of the island, we started to see much more greenery.
Lobby's closed, line's too long, we won't make it, so no McDonald's. It took us about 1.5 hours to get from Waikoloa to the Hilo airport. We really lucked out because just the day before it was raining, but there was not a drop of rain on the day of our helicopter tour. We had headphones so that we could talk to the pilot through microphones. We could also hear music through our headphones.
They had a really nice soundtrack for us.
We flew directly over Mauna Loa, which is the largest active volcano in the world. Active just means that it's erupted within the last 10,000 years, but the last eruption for this one was in 1984. While we were there, reports were coming out about recent spikes in earthquakes signaling that it could erupt. I read that while an eruption does not appear imminent, it is a possibility, whatever that means.
We also flew over Kilauea, which is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. This volcano last erupted in September 2021 and seems to be in a constant state of activity ever since. And it was really eerie to see that stretch of road running straight into a volcano.
We didn't see lava spewing from the ground, but we definitely saw some of it down there in the cracks. We also flew over Kua Bay. From takeoff to landing, the whole experience was about 60 minutes, and it was really fun.
Landing was smoother than in an airplane. We inched closer and closer to the ground until we were on it. Thank you, pilot, for keeping us safe. Next up was Kaunama Caves. I fancy myself an explorer of nature, which is odd because I'm also kind of a scaredy cat. I really do love hiking and exploring nature, but sometimes nature can be a bit terrifying.
This cave is actually an underground lava tube.
Going down.
These tubes form when lava flows and burns a path through the ground. When the lava recedes, a cave remains in its place. There are two entrances because a portion of it has collapsed. The first entrance is the smaller of the two. There are lava tubes on all the Hawaiian islands.
Got your flashlight? Okay. It was cold and dark and damp, and everything was all good until it went pitch black. So black, you can't even see your hand right in front of your face. The iPhone flashlight was basically worthless. We were only able to use it to light the path at our feet so that we could at least see where to step, but it did nothing to penetrate the darkness ahead.
It's too dark. I don't know if we can continue. The couple that went before us, they disappeared in there, and I don't know.
I don't want. I'm ready to go back. I'm sorry.
Can I go this way?
No, I would rather go back. I think I'm done. I can't see anything that way anymore, and I can't see anything that way.
Let's see what's up there and we go back.
Mike, I don't want to.
Just go up. Let's just go up. Let's just see what's up there and we go back.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Hold my hand.
I don't think I can do it, Mike. No, Mike.
Okay. Watch your head.
Okay.
Watch your head.
Okay. I'm okay.
Okay. You're good now. You don't have to watch your
Yes.
head.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that was awful. Okay.
I panicked. In front of me, there was only darkness. Behind me, darkness. My mind just could not handle it, and I had to get out. We checked out the second cave, but I'd learned my lesson and knew that I could only go so far.
I've watched too many YouTube videos, that's the problem. About people drowning in caves.
Kaunama Caves was created by an 1881 lava flow from the Mauna Loa Volcano eruption.
I'm good, that's my limit. Don't go too far. When I can't see you anymore, I want you to stop. I'm serious. Okay, come back. Please.
These swirly, smooth patterns are formed by lava.
It was a scary experience, but also kind of exhilarating at the same time. And meltdown or not, it was so cool to go inside and see that. I'm glad we went in. On the way to our next stop, I got Road to Hana Maui vibes, and I loved it. But as fun as those windy roads are, they can also be a little bit scary.
Please go slower. Please, for me.
I'm the cautious one, obviously. The Hawaii Tropical Botanical Garden was originally purchased by Dan and Pauline Lutkenhouse in 1977. Dan fell in love with the 17-acre property that was so overgrown he had to hack his way through it with a machete. He decided to buy the land and make it a garden for people to enjoy. He spent 8 years getting it ready. The land was donated and it became a 501c3 charitable organization that stays in operation with private donations and visitor donations. I was happy to pay my $25 to get in. The place was so beautiful, so lush, green. I highly recommend checking it out.
Tahitian ginger.
Let's make noise too.
Yellow rattlesnake flower.
Mexican weeping bamboo.
Narrows? How could it get me narrower?
Next up was Akaka Falls because you can't leave Hawaii without seeing at least one waterfall. Akaka Falls is 422 feet high and it was featured in a helicopter scene in Jurassic Park. We fit so much into this day. All of these sites are fairly close, and with our helicopter tour done in the morning, we got to see it all.
Oh.
Did I get it?
I was just gonna tell you that.
His breakfast, my breakfast. Peanut butter toast on a toe-up paper towel. That's how I do it.
We took the shuttle to Hilton Grand Vacations Club Waikoloa Village and Ocean Tower. The free shuttle runs every half hour between multiple Hilton properties in the area, with stops at the Queen's Marketplace, where most of the food is, and the King Shops, where most of the shopping is. This property is so nice, but it's so big and grand. Our friends were staying here, and they said it just takes so long to get everywhere. When the tram rolls up, it kind of feels like Disneyland. Parking is free at Kingsland, but it costs $50 per day at Hilton Waikoloa. Kingsland guests have access to their pools and free parking over there. This property has two very large pools with water slides, although I think that section was under construction, an adult pool, Dolphin Quest Center, and a 4-acre saltwater lagoon stocked with fish and turtles. But they do not have free umbrellas, and I didn't see any hot tubs. According to their website, they do have one, but it's for private use only with a paid cabana rental. If you want shade, you can buy it. Our friends bought this one, so we squatted here for a bit, and then we found our own shade. Cozy? I couldn't get into the lagoon because it is swarming with schools of fish everywhere. So many fish, even in 1 inch of water. I just couldn't do it, and it would really freak me out if I ran into a turtle. So it's 2:30 and I was gonna go with the group into town to happy hour, but I'm feeling sluggish. The sun has really kicked my butt and I didn't go in the water over there. I don't want to be. Mike had a scuba diving with the manta rays outing. I'm feeling kind of sleepy and I think it'll be nice to just chill. He went scuba diving with the manta rays that afternoon and evening, so I was on my own for the rest of the day. It was actually really nice. I ate my chicken power bowl we'd picked up at Foodland the night before. I was so glad to be at our quiet pool area where there's plenty of shade. I stayed until the tiki torches came on and it was perfection. I was at the pool from 3 to 6 and that is exactly what I needed. I feel a lot more rested now than I did earlier. These are the birds that hang out near Ocean Tower at the other property. Apparently, they don't let up. This is what it sounds like all night long. day was another pool day. Just the two of us at the adult pool. King's Land might not be as grand as Hilton Waikoloa Village, but I really love the more intimate setting. Also, they had me at free parking. It was so perfect and relaxing, and I just love spending time with him, and it was just perfect. Search for food continues. Probably should have picked up lunch from Foodland ahead of time since the options at our pool aren't that great, but we didn't, so we skipped lunch and then we had to go in search of food again for dinner. We were starving. I ended up with the third burger of the week. I'm not usually like this, but the turkey shortage prevented me from getting something else, and we just took the food to go like we've done all week so far. You don't have to tip, and you get your own wine or beer at home. So honestly, after being out all day long and usually getting food kind of late, I didn't feel like doing the whole dining out thing anyway. So nothing.
No, 3 of a kind.
Ow.
3, 6.
We actually added on one extra night after we made our initial reservations. The second room was supposed to be an upgrade. We were going to let it go without a refund because they said they wouldn't offer one. We didn't want to move, but it turns out that we really had no choice.
So we got to do the whole check out, check in again.
And our last full day in Hawaii had to be a beach day. This long, windy road led up to one of the most beautiful beaches I have ever seen. We found our own little slice of paradise at Manini'owali Beach at Kua Bay in Kalaoa, about 20 minutes south of Waikoloa. There isn't any shade, but they do have bathrooms and they have showers for rinsing off. This beach is fantastic. White sand, clear, warm waters. I mean, look at it. Monk seal in the water, so they told everyone to get out. Lack of food, becoming shark food, difficulty fighting off new diseases, injuries from fights and attacks, just mostly among the male seals, I guess they're a little bit rowdy, and rising sea levels have caused monk seals to be one of the most endangered seal species in the world, and the only place you can find them is in Hawaii. There are only about 1,500 remaining.
I know where to go now.
We're gonna get out really soon.
No place to call home now, but I'm sipping so sound when you stick around.
There were fish in the sea, but it was a larger one every now and then, not schools of fish everywhere. So I was okay. Had to be okay because I wanted to be in this water.
Oh, is this what it feels like to have nothing but each other? 'Cause honestly, I can't like that. Not a lot, but it feels like.
So we're going about probably 20 minutes, about 10 miles south, and the weather is already changing. It's raining. Glad we had our time at the beach where the weather was perfect. After that, we headed down to Kailua Kona to hang out with the friends who had moved from Ocean Tower to a different hotel. It's a cute little beach town. Unfortunately, we caught some rain. It was just a little gray, but the rain did let up and we were able to walk around and enjoy the little town.
Oh, they are big.
Later on that night, we finally made it to our new room, and it was gorgeous.
This is our new room.
This was a one-bedroom deluxe king, and I was so bummed that we only got one night there and that we were gone most of the day, but oh well. And the bed was so comfortable. Both beds in both of our rooms were very comfortable.
first room was across the street and down a ways from the main check-in area and pool, but this one was much closer.
Okay, we have our wine and we're gonna go for a dip in the jacuzzi.
We had the jacuzzi to ourselves that night. It was so amazing.
We really enjoyed our time at Kingsland Resort. My only complaint is that getting food was kind of a pain in the butt. There's only one restaurant on site that is by the pool, but it closed at 6. The property is pretty big, so depending on where your building is, it can be a little bit of a walk to the pool, but that didn't really bother me too much.
It also didn't bother me that it's on a golf course and not right next to the ocean.
And I did really like that we could park our car right outside of our building. I love how at home I felt at Kingsland, and I was really happy with our choice to stay there.
You're never ready to go.
All right, we're ready to go. Well, he's ready, I'm not.
We ate breakfast at the King Shop.
Hey, baby.
It was only the third time we sat down for a meal in a restaurant for the entire week.
We basically had time to walk around a very small farmer's market in Kailua, Kona, and stop at the grocery store to get food for our flight. And then it was time to go to the airport.
Our flight home was direct. It only took us 5 hours and not 11, so that was great.
I'm thrilled that we finally made it to all the Hawaiian Islands. I do have my favorite, but each one has something different and special to offer, and I think they are all worth the trip.